All right, my friends, back at it again. This time alone. I was supposed to have my family with me, but my wife had a commitment last minute. And if mom is not going, the kids are not going because it's cloudy and windy. I guess there's a storm going by Florida, and it has made the day very gloomy. But 3:30 p.m. is the time when our Lions are going to be taking the pitch. Usually games before 6 p.m. are a drag for MLS here in Florida because the sun is out, it's hot, and it's really uncomfortable. But it's November, and not only that is it's cool, and it's 78 degrees, breezy. I mean, gorgeous afternoon for football for sure. So this game lacks the emotions that the last game had. Orlando City has secured playoffs. Orlando City, the worst they can do is finish fourth. Definitely they have clinched a home game. We don't know what's going to happen. The card for Nani has been eliminated, which means that Orlando gets to have the captain back on the pitch. So he basically had some unsolicited and unwanted time off the pitch. We still got the W, which to me makes it more impressive. Unfortunately, the king of the midfield, the maestro of assistants, basically has been suspended for yellow card accumulation. That is Mauricio Pereira, the Uruguayan. And so that's what we have. At the moment, we may be facing Nashville, New England, or New York Red Bulls in the home playoff game that we'll be playing here in a few weeks. We played New York City to a draw and a win, and we also played obviously Nashville before. We tied and defeated them. We tied at their house. We defeated them here. We're facing them again, and so we obviously at the time that I'm recording this, we don't know the result, and I think they're winnable games. New York City probably was the most problematic foe in the playoff picture, but I have to say that I would have liked to play them because you can't fear anybody. You just got to play the guy in front of you. A lot of people are saying, well, if we play Nashville and they beat us, then it's going to be humiliating because Nashville made playoffs in the first year that they were in the league. And while I am very respectful of what Nashville has been able to accomplish, their manager was the former manager of my English team, Stevenage, and any Stevenage fan that I asked has nothing but decent things to say about the man and the manager. They in my respect to them, they came into the league thinking that they were gonna be another FC Cincinnati, which again, second year in the league, and they finished bottom of the league, basically. Wooden Spoon, which is the team that finishes last, and they managed to do this without big stars as DPs, big names. They just went at it, and they made playoffs. Mind you, right now they're in the 8th position, so any other year, this wouldn't be a playoff position. But I'm not going to crap on them, man. Kudos to them. They managed to do it. Miami, with more people or more money on their staff, bigger names, has not managed, as of this recording, to do that. So what does that say? If Miami fails to make playoffs, Atlanta make playoffs, and Nashville makes playoffs, it says a lot. So good for them. They are not gonna be an easy ride, and I am excited about that. I don't want Orlando to be playing against quote unquote easy teams, because it really doesn't do us any favors. You know, beating easy teams doesn't say anything. It says you can defeat bad teams. You gotta beat the man to be the man, like the great Ric Flair used to say. So I'm going with my old school jersey, USL era logo, and if you can see it, of course I'm driving and I shouldn't be doing that, but there you go. And I'm excited. I managed to complete the goal that I had, which was to vlog for the whole 2020 season. Who would have thought that this season was going to be this crazy, that this season was going to have so many ups and downs, that we were going to make playoffs this season. To be perfectly honest with you, I was expecting us to get the last spot and be defeated on the first game, which of course we were not going to be hosting. And I would have called that a success. Like, oh yeah, we made playoffs, cool. But not only that, we defeated twice Miami. We proved to them that we're not to be a push around. We defeated Atlanta twice, tied with them twice. And yes, it's true, they are at their worst, but they defeated us at our worst. So that if they're gonna glorify themselves with those victories, we're gonna do the same. We beat them, period. That's it. End of the story. And so we are gaining the respect of the talking heads in the league. And on a side note, I hate going to the stadium in this route, but it's the fastest one, and it's all brick, and makes the camera jump. So I'm sorry for that. So great, downtown already. Okay, good. So to finish, because obviously this intro is very long, and I don't want the episode to be this 30-minute rant. I expect us to win, because a good team is supposed to win, and I expect us to go with a bang of this regular season, and I'm super excited. I am very thankful to Oscar Pareja for creating this attitude, this belief that we deserve this. Not like, oh, we're the underdogs and we have a lot to prove, we have a chip on our shoulder. It's basically saying we're a good team and we deserve to be where we are because we are a good team, period. And we are a unit. And if you can see that on the players, there's a unity in them. We're a team. In the past, I actually have witnessed Orlando City players physically pushing each other, cursing at each other. And that, to me, that says a lot about how far we've gone as a club, when we are going from a doormat, laughing stock, the lovable losers, to a team that if you let them, they can punch in the nose. And if you're not careful, they will send you home. So now that we know that Orlando City can do good in a playoff setting, because that's what exactly MLS's back was, we definitely can make some noise in the playoffs. I don't know how far it's going to be, but we'll have to see. So with that said, let's head out to the stadium. Let's see what's going to happen tonight. And let's close the 2020 regular season with a bang. In years to come, I plan to revisit these videos and see this transition of uncertainty to this joy that I have right now, knowing that I'm heading out to the stadium to see a playoff team win.
Alright, today I'm going to be sitting in the middle. These tickets were given to me by the club after the incident where Miami fans threw beer on us. The seats include free drinks and food, so I am super excited about that part. Too bad I am driving, otherwise I would have used the goods. Right, here we are. Sunday afternoon. I expect this place to be rocking under the circumstances. So we'll have to see.
Number 13, your Orlando City starting lineup.
Alright, so Orlando City started 1-1 against Nashville. Pedro Gales is not here today. He is with the Peruvian national team. And we have a very downplayed lineup. We're actually starting Jordan Bender, which is a very big surprise. He was very good with Orlando City B last season. And the goal that we had was superb. The goal that we considered was dumb. It's the story of Orlando City 2020. Our goals are the result of brilliance, and the goals that we give up are goals that a third division team could have defended. Anyways, that's it. We're moving into the second half. It's super cloudy. It may rain. It's gonna be a good afternoon of Florida football, that's for sure. So far, Orlando City is guaranteed to be on the third spot of the table. If they tie this game at the very least, that means that they get their pick on the lower seed teams going into playoffs. The atmosphere is very relaxed. I would like a win, to be honest with you. I don't want to leave anything to chance. Nashville is hungry, they're aggressive, and they're dangerous. Other than that, that's pretty much it. I'm enjoying myself. And let's see what the second half brings. All right?
always say it, football is cruel and unpredictable. So Orlando City falls down 3-2 against Nashville. Orlando City scored the first goal. Then they tied it. Then Orlando City went ahead. Then they tied it. And then basically on the last play of the game, they on a corner kick, they win. There's been many occasions where Orlando City has surrendered the goal at the last minute with the set pieces. So this is something that I think needs to be addressed next season for sure. We did not have Pedro Gales on goal, which I don't fault Brian Rowe for his performance. I think it was a great performance. But obviously Pedro is the number one, so it would have been interesting having him there. Mauricio Pereira once again making his absence felt. Orlando City had the opportunity to win, but Nashville was hungry and they really wanted to win this game. I said it before, they were dangerous and they proved that. With this defeat, first time losing at home this season, which is a very Orlando City fashion. Orlando City could have had a perfect season, but they chose not to. So with that, the boys fall to 4th place. That means we're going to be facing New York City, who's 5th, as our first foe. Super dangerous, super hungry, super hot New York City right now. So I think with a full roster, with all our starters in place, fully rested, fully healthy, we can defeat New York City. We can give them a run for their money. New York City has a very bad record as a visiting team. Playoffs statistically say that the visitor has only a 40% chance of winning, and that's it. That's how it is. If we lose to New York City, so be it. You know, that's how a season is. It's unpredictable. Things happen. I think today we showed up resting a lot of people, missing a lot of pieces, while Nashville hustle. Good for them. Good victory. Orlando City, you know, it's a lesson for all of us. Again, set pieces keep being an issue. Had we had corrected that with the personnel that we had, we probably would have been lifting a trophy for the regular season championship, which has gone to Philadelphia Union. Congratulations to them. Right before I started recording, it looks like the last 2 spots were secured by Miami and by Montreal. So again, Miami makes playoffs because the league threw them a bone. They put them to play against FC Cincinnati, a team that it's dead last in the league. And they're making it on the 10th spot. Technically, 7, 8, 9, 10 are not playoff spots. They have to play a buy-in game. That means the 2 teams that win those games then enter the fray of the playoffs against the 8 teams from the East that are going to be competing for the MLS Cup. So, do you want to call that playoffs for Miami? Maybe. Do they want to say, hey, we made it in the first season, you didn't? I wouldn't, because they gave you 10 spots to make it, and you made it because the league gave you a gift. So that's how it goes for that. Atlanta United surprisingly does not make the playoffs. For the first time in their history, they had an awful season. I do not think they are going to be this bad next year once they have a manager in place, once they correct their problems, their systematic problems with the team, personnel, and all that. That's it. Thank you for following me in this long season. I appreciate it. Obviously, the next time I see you guys is going to be during the playoff game. And if Orlando City wins, then we move forward. And depending on how the playoffs play out, maybe next game might be the last video, because if Orlando City does not move forward, obviously the season ends at that point. Or if they move forward and they're playing teams above them, they are obviously not going to be playing at home. They're going to be playing away. So with that said, thank you very much for all the support. It was a wish of mine, a desire to record the 2020 season and for posterity, because years from now I'm gonna be looking back at the effort that it took to come to all the games as possible, to create these videos. Thank you very much. Till next time.